We have all heard it. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But is it really? Or is this just clever marketing? For years we've been told that starting our day with a hearty meal is crucial for our health and well-being. Let's look at the facts. The idea that breakfast is essential has been ingrained in our culture for decades, but where did this notion come from? We will see if breakfast lives up to the hype. Historically, breakfast was promoted by cereal companies in the early 20th century. They marketed it as a necessary meal to boost sales. Many people believe breakfast is essential. They argue that it kickstarts your metabolism and provides the energy needed to tackle the day ahead. They say it gives you energy for the day. Studies have shown that eating a balanced breakfast can improve concentration and performance, especially in children and adolescents. Others say it helps you lose weight, but not everyone agrees. Some people skip breakfast. They argue that intermittent fasting, which often involves skipping breakfast, can be beneficial for weight loss and metabolic health. They do not feel hungry in the morning. For some, the idea of eating first thing in the morning is unappealing, and they prefer to wait until later in the day to have their first meal, or they find it does not impact their day. Research has shown that for some individuals, skipping breakfast does not negatively affect their energy levels or cognitive function. So, what is the truth about breakfast? Let's find out. The reality is that the importance of breakfast may vary from person to person. While some thrive on a morning meal, others do just fine without it. Ultimately, it's about finding what works best for your body and lifestyle. The idea of breakfast being the most important meal is not that old. In fact, it's a relatively modern concept that has been shaped significantly by marketing and cultural shifts over the past century. It started in the late 1800s, a time when the Industrial Revolution was changing the way people lived and worked. Urbanization was on the rise, and with it came new lifestyles and eating habits. John Harvey Kellogg and James Caleb Jackson were pioneers in the health food movement. They were among the first to sell breakfast cereal, which they marketed as a healthy and convenient option for the busy modern family. They wanted people to buy their products, and they knew that convincing people of the importance of breakfast would help them do just that. They used innovative marketing techniques to promote their cereals. They used marketing to make breakfast seem vital. Advertisements from that era often emphasized the health benefits of eating a good breakfast, claiming it was essential for energy and productivity throughout the day. They said it was necessary for health and energy. This message stuck, and over time the idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day became deeply ingrained in our culture. Soon everyone believed breakfast was the most important meal. Families began to gather around the breakfast table each morning, making it a daily ritual. Before this, people did not always eat breakfast. In fact, for much of history, breakfast was not a regular meal for many people. It was often reserved for special occasions or for those who had physically demanding jobs. In some cultures, it was normal to fast until midday. People would often have just 2 meals a day, with the first meal being eaten around noon. But the cereal companies changed that. Through persistent marketing and advertising, they were able to shift public perception and create a new norm. They made breakfast a habit for millions. Today, breakfast cereals are a staple in many households around the world, and the idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day continues to be a widely held belief. The influence of early cereal marketers can still be seen in the way we think about and consume breakfast today. From quick and easy cereals to elaborate breakfast spreads, the morning meal has become an integral part of our daily routine. The breakfast cereal industry has grown into a multi-billion-dollar market, with countless options available to consumers. This evolution reflects not only changes in dietary habits but also the power of marketing in shaping our food choices. While the types of foods we eat for breakfast may vary across cultures, the importance placed on the meal remains a common thread. Whether it's a simple bowl of cereal or a traditional dish, breakfast continues to hold a special place in our daily lives. The history of cereal and breakfast marketing is a fascinating example of how food companies can influence our eating habits and cultural norms. It reminds us that what we eat is often shaped by more than just personal preference. It's also a product of history, culture, and clever marketing. So, the next time you pour yourself a bowl of cereal, remember the journey it took to become a breakfast staple. From the early days of Kellogg and Jackson to the present, breakfast cereal has truly made its mark on our mornings, and as the sun rises each day, so too does the tradition of starting our mornings with a meal that has been shaped by history, culture, and the power of marketing. Scientists have studied breakfast. They want to know if it is really that important. The results are mixed. Some studies show benefits to eating breakfast. For example, some studies show breakfast can help with weight control. Others show it can improve concentration. But these studies are not always conclusive. Other studies show that breakfast might not matter as much as we think. Some people do well with breakfast, others do not. It depends on the person. Section 4. Breakfast for everyone. Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day, and for good reason. It sets the tone for your entire day, providing the energy and nutrients you need to start your morning right. Not everyone needs the same breakfast. The type of breakfast you need can vary greatly depending on your lifestyle, your age, and even your personal preferences. It depends on your lifestyle. For instance, someone who is very active and spends a lot of time exercising will have different nutritional needs compared to someone who has a more sedentary lifestyle. If you are very active, you might need a big breakfast. A hearty breakfast can include a variety of foods such as eggs, toast, juice, and perhaps some lean protein like chicken or turkey. This will give you energy for your workout. Consuming a substantial breakfast can help fuel your body, giving you the stamina and strength needed to perform at your best during physical activities. If you are less active, you might need a smaller breakfast. A lighter breakfast might be more appropriate, something that won't weigh you down but still provides essential nutrients. A piece of fruit or some yogurt might be enough. Simple options like a bowl of yogurt with fresh fruit or a banana can be both satisfying and nutritious. Children and older adults may have different needs too. For children, a breakfast rich in protein and whole grains can support their growth and development. Older adults might prefer something easier to digest, like oatmeal or a soft-boiled egg. It is important to listen to your body. Your body often gives you signals about what it needs. Pay attention to how you feel after eating different types of foods. Eat when you are hungry. Don't force yourself to eat if you're not hungry, but also don't skip breakfast if you feel you need it. Finding a balance is key. And choose foods that make you feel good. Opt for wholesome, nutritious foods that provide lasting energy and make you feel your best throughout the day. Remember, breakfast is a personal meal, and what works for one person might not work for another. So take the time to find what suits you best and enjoy the process of nourishing your body each morning. Section 5. To skip or not to skip. Some people choose to skip breakfast. This is called intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a pattern of eating. You cycle between periods of eating and not eating. There are different ways to do intermittent fasting. One common way is to skip breakfast. Then you eat your first meal at lunchtime. Intermittent fasting has some potential benefits. It might help with weight loss. It might also improve brain and heart health. But more research is needed. Section 6. Listen to your body. The most important thing is to listen to your body. Everyone is different. What works for one person may not work for another. Pay attention to your hunger cues. If you are hungry in the morning, eat breakfast. If you are not hungry, it is okay to skip it. There is no right or wrong answer. The best approach is the one that feels best for you. Section 7. Finding your breakfast truth. So is breakfast the most important meal of the day? The answer is it depends. There is no one-size-fits-all answer. Listen to your body, consider your lifestyle, and make the choice that is right for you. Whether you eat breakfast or skip it, the most important thing is to nourish your body and feel your best.